Hey guys, how's it going? Onach here and welcome to a new Formula SimRacing video. Yes, it's been a very long time since I last made the video from Formula SimRacing. I think it was at Silverstone, which is about 3 months ago, but I have a good explanation why that is, why it has taken so long. Because first, we had a summer break before Hockenheim, the German Grand Prix, and I was practicing my balls off pretty much for the German Grand Prix, and then my wheel broke down. I made a video about it as well, so some of you guys might know it, but yeah, my wheel broke down, and that's a shame because we were looking very strong in Hockenheim. I can tell you that we have made some steps during the summer break in the team. We have new drivers into the team, and well, as I said, I think we made a step forwards. Because usually it was pretty much Yorick who was the only one. I mean, let's be honest, and with all my respect to my teammates, but let's be honest, I think it was Yorick who usually was able to challenge Rens for victories, and that was really it. But now I really think we have made a step forward. I think in Hockenheim we had like 5 or 6 GhostSpeed cars in the top 10, something ridiculous like that. So yeah, it's good to see that we have made some steps. But talking about now, we are at Monza. By the way, I missed Indianapolis as well because I was at the racing event. So well, doesn't matter. We're back now. It's Q1. It's Monza. Sorry, a little bit of a late introduction, but we are indeed at a Monza circuit, the Italian Grand Prix. I think it's round 9 of the Formula SimRacing Pro Series. And here is my Q1 lap. So we open up the DRS. Top speeds are very high around this track. It's about 350 kilometers an hour before you break down for the first chicane. Just before the 100 meter board, slow it down to first gear. Some people take this first apex in second and then go down to first gear. I don't do that. Have a good sweet exit out of that corner. Through Curva Grande, flat out easily, no problems there. So the next braking point is under this sign here, pretty much before the 100 meter board, down to second gear. This is a very important chicane as you want to have a good exit there. Didn't really have a good exit. I mean, it could have been better, could have been on the throttle a little bit earlier, but I wanted to take a save. It's only Q1 right now. Top 10 will advance to Q2. The second last mo, a very tricky corner, as there's like a dip in the track. The track dips away from you. On the apex, there's like this little hole, well, it's not a bump, it's pretty much a hole, which can really unsettle the car. Then Ascari, there's another bump there. We just went over it in Ascari as well. That also unsettles the car, which makes it very hard to get on the throttle, and it definitely is not full throttle for me on the exit thanks to that bump. 1 corner to go, the Parabolica. Third gear, clip the apex, run it out wide on the exit. A little bit of oversteer because I got on the throttle quite early. And that is my Q1 lap. Puts me up in second place. I think it was behind Rens Club with a 123.0. Was it behind Rens? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter because now we're getting to Q2. This is much more important though. And you only get 1 lap to get it right, 1 chance. We see some cars already flying on the main straight starting that lap. I'm exiting the pits right now to do my outlap, and behind me you can see there Rens Club is also exiting the pits. So talking about Rens Club a little bit, he can win the championship at this race. Well, pretty much he has already won the championship. I mean, he's so far ahead in points. I don't really know it out of my head really how much points it is, but trust me, it's a lot. So he can win it there. I think well, even when he gets I think when he gets a win he will be a champion. I don't know about podium or stuff like that, but doesn't matter anyway. I'm here to commentate on my own race. So we're on the outlap. Preparation for Monza wasn't great, to be honest, because my pedals broke down as well. Yes, I'm very unlucky. I mean, my wheel broke down first and then my pedals broke down. My brake pedal broke down. I think after the Indianapolis Grand Prix, where I didn't participate, but I wanted to practice, but I couldn't because my pedal was broken. I fixed it at Wednesday, the Wednesday before the race. The races are on Sunday, so I lost a little bit of practice time, but when my brake pedal was still there, I practiced my balls off. It's not really an excuse, to be honest, because well, I still had a good pace, to be honest. Wasn't looking too bad here, and I actually, for this race, I started to focus more on the race in terms of setup, because usually the race was my worst point of a weekend anyway. Starting the Q2 lap, keep it within the track limits. I must mention that in FSR the curbs are counted as track as well, so you don't really have to stay within the white lines for every particular corner, because the curb does count as track. So slowed it down beautifully for this first chicane. That was pretty much perfect. Early on the throttle, a little bit of wheel spin, that is normal, as you want to get on the throttle as early as you can. Through curve I ran once again flat out. My first sector time was I think at 27.7, a high 27.7, which is very decent. Now we break down for this chicane. Just before the 100 meter board, flick it left, right. Once again, not a great exit there. I've always struggled with that corner. Now through the first Lesmo. Usually want to take a late apex into there. A little bit of oversteer on the exit. Second Lesmo now. This is crucial. Get early on the throttle. Let it run out right. A little bit of oversteer on the exit, but that was pretty sweet, I must say. Opening up the DRS now once again. Two DRS zones around this track underneath this old track. And then the Ascari. So this is very important for your final sector. Left, could have taken a little bit more curb there, right, and then left again, taking lots of curb there and running it out wide on the exit of Ascari. By the way, the exit of Ascari we are allowed to extend, so no issues there. One more corner, Parabolica. Throw it in there. Early on the throttle, up to 4th gear. A little bit of oversteer once again. I like a loose rear end. And we go across the finish line. What is lap time going to be? It's a 1:23.1, but most importantly, we are in pole position at the moment, because Rensklop just finished his lap. He didn't get pole, but then there was only one man left. It is Cuba Brzezinski, I think it is. Probably pronounced it wrong, but a beautiful lap from him. Gets pole, 22.8. Very, very strong lap. Awesome job by him. So this Cuba who got pole, and Cuba actually he made his debut one race ago at Indianapolis and won straight away. Very, very impressive stuff from him indeed. Good stuff, but onto the race right now. So cars are coming onto the grid. So we saw Rensklop in 4th position, but as always, he will be strong in the race. He always has such a strong race pace. It really is his strong point. Over the course of a race weekend, but I'm in 2nd position. Wasn't too disappointed with that, to be honest. Was pretty pleased with that. Of course, you would have liked to see yourself in pole position, but that 22.8 from Cuba, very dominant lap, very strong lap. Yeah, even my PB was a 0.7, I think. So even with a very strong lap, it would have been very tough to beat him. So fair play to him. Very good lap. Behind me it is Christoph Schauer, who entered the team in the summer break. Same for Eduard Corre, who also is in the team now. And well, we are behind Cuba right here, of course, in 2nd position. There we have Christoph Schauer. Then behind him is Rensklop. Both me and Rens are starting on the dirty side of the grid, by the way. We'll see if that is going to disadvantage us a little bit. Adrian Falcon in 5th, doing a good job as well, looking strong for the race, I must say. James Sadler in 6th, good lap from him, puts him up into 6th position, probably one of his strongest qualifying of the season, I would say. George Winder is in 7th, Miko Swogas in 8th, Mike Partington in 9th, Alessio Campos in 10th, then it is Victor Ivanov in 11th, weird name in 12th, Carlos Hernandez 13th, Cam Stark 14th, Sander Callas 15th, Eduard Corre in 16th. Didn't have the best qualifying. You can see the drivers here. Sorry, I didn't know the name. It was something like Timu Val something. It's hard for me to pronounce, so please forgive me. Anyway, about to complete the formation lap. Monza, a big impact on the brakes this race has, as we see the standings. Rensklop there with 341 points. Yorick is not here. Yorick is away due to personal commitments. I hope he will race once again in the upcoming races maybe, but I don't think there's such a high chance. Maybe one race, but that will be really it. So doing a couple more burnouts, warming up the rear tires, and then take your grid position. So well, the tension rises right now. I must say that I was quite nervous again. After such a long break, you want to perform, you want to show that you can still do it, not only to your team, but of course also to everyone else. You want to show you that you still have the pace. So here we are, all the drivers are lined up right now, waiting for the lights to come on. And here we can hear the lights coming on, and they will be out soon. So here we go. Lights out and away we go, and quite a poor start already. You can see Christoph Schoer having a flying start there. Same for Adrian Falcon. Rens Klopp as well having a poor start and dropped down into P3 right now as we approach the first corner. A lot of smoking engines, and we see some chaos really further back. But at front it's clear. It's all good at front, and so we dropped the position there down to third position. Poor start from me. A good start from Christoph Schoer. I think I just had my first gear set up wrong, and that cost me a position, unfortunately. Further back we see Rens Klopp in the twisted car battling. I think he's down into 7th position, so he has dropped out quite a bit as well, starting from the dirty side too. And on board now, with me already losing ground to Christoph. I need to keep up with these guys, especially with Cuba. I mean, Cuba is such a strong driver. You can really pull away if you make one single mistake, a little mistake already. So you need to keep focused now and keep up with these guys. So Adrian Falcon behind me, having a good start as well. And beautiful shot here. We see Rens Klopp pressuring James Sadler as we see the field coming through there. We saw Adrian Corey there as well, attacking someone. And further back, I presume that Sadler is still in front of Rens. I am not entirely sure. Anyway, doesn't matter. On board now with Cuba looking on his rear wing. And that's the first lap completed. So not a great start, unfortunately. And we see a replay here from my point of view. So look on the right. Christoph Schoer, awesome start. And look at Rens as well, struggling. James Sadler had a beautiful start to basically every single GhostSpeed car. Had a good start except for me. And then we see some chaos in the back. I don't know. I think that is Miko Swokas, who tried to take avoiding action as he thought that James Sadler was probably going to turn in on him. Maybe a little bit of lag involved there as well. I'm not entirely sure. Well, more point of view, this is how I experienced it. So we see 5 lights coming on, and then they are out. There we go. So look onto the left now. There comes Christoph Schoer. A beautiful start for him once again. I thought that I was going to get overtaken by a lot of cars actually, so that's why I just stayed in the middle. Didn't want to move around a lot, but actually it wasn't too bad. Still kept third position, and well, 1 position lost. But then you need to keep fighting here around this track. Low downforce setup, obviously, as we enter lap 2 right now. Quite close behind Christoph, and Adrian is quite close behind me. I think this is on board with Adrian. Yep, here we see Adrian braking very late for this chicane. So I'm trying to get a feel for it right now. Trying to get a feel for the heavy fuel load, for the brakes. It is quite different. As I had a poor exit out of this first chicane, and you can immediately see that I lost some ground to Christoph Schoer up ahead. But nothing too serious really. You can sometimes see that we are locking up quite a bit for that second chicane. It is normal though, because at the point where you start to brake for the chicane, there's this little bump on track, which makes your front wheels light and actually make them lock up. It is normal though, so don't worry about it. Another point of view from Christoph Schoer. I ran quite wide on the exit of that second last mile and see Cuba pulling away a little bit of Christoph Schoer. I think the gap is about 1.1 seconds at the moment. And there is me then. Through Ascari, there is that little bump. Taking a lot of curb there. You don't really want to do that because it can unsettle the car and spin you out. But well, if you're not full throttle on it, then you're pretty much safe, I would say. Into the parabolica, a beautiful corner. But at the same time, it eats your front left tire wear. I mean, it really is a tough track on the front left, I would say, especially that parabolica corner. It should be a one-stop pit window at about lap 14. So you will go 18 laps on the soft tire, then super soft and soft compound here as I close the gap down to Christoph Schoer. You can visually see that, and yeah, indeed, I'm pushing a little bit now as well, trying to close that gap down because I did feel pretty strong, and well, who knows, maybe I'm the one who can catch up to Cuba, but well, it's only lap 3 right now, so it's still, you know, pretty much settled into the race yet. I would say that comes from about lap 4 or 5 onwards or so, at least for me. So this first last one, look at that, off the line, dirty, the dirty side of the track there, not rubbered in, and just got so much understeer there on board with Adrian Falcon, who got some oversteer on the exit of the second last mo, and now entering lap 5. So still behind Adrian Falcon, DRS has been enabled, although DRS is not really effective around this track. And I braked very late there. You can see pushing, locked the rear wheels a little bit there. You can see that my braking was just not steady for that corner. As I said, trying to push and try to close the gap down to Christoph Schoer. I think Christoph didn't have DRS on Cuba at the moment, so the gap must be just over a second really. And I did have DRS, I think, on Schoer. As I braked very late for the chicane, still able to make it though. That's kind of sweet, but I seem to always miss my apex there in that right hand there. I don't know, it just seems like it from the replays. Here we see Adrian Falcon. He dropped off a little bit, maybe made a mistake, but after Adrian we can already see Rens Klopp has to make a mistake over the curbs at the second of the last mo, and now losing a lot of places. There comes James Sadler, here comes Mike Partington, I think, going to overtake me as well, and I must have damage, as we saw indeed some front wing end plates flying off my front wing. Stupid error, stupid mistake, that was completely unnecessary, and we will have a look at the replay soon. And now I think I dropped down to 8th place, trying to wiggle a little bit with my wheel and car, try to get a feel if everything is right, because I didn't know what I had to pit, taking the parabolic, going very deep in there. And also having overstay. Yeah, the car is definitely unstable right now, and I don't decide to pit though, but now I come under pressure from Victor Ivanov behind, and behind him it's Carlos Hernandez. I think I'm in 7th or 8th position right now, I cannot honestly remember, as we enter lap 6. Ivanov having DRS on me, braking late for this chicane, so he doesn't dive bomb or attack me or whatever. But having a look at the replay here, I saw some smoke up front which just distracted me, which is very stupid. That's a rookie error, not a rookie error I should say, in my debut year. I mean, once again, such a stupid mistake, and it once again happens in the race. Just got over the curb, touched the gravel with my outside wheel. Only a little bit, but that is enough to spin you out on the exit of that second last one, which is exactly what happened. I got lucky, super lucky, that I did not lose the front wing. This is Adrian's point of view. I got so lucky that I didn't lose my front wing at all. I had a little bit of suspension damage, it wasn't too bad. I had to turn the wheel ever so slightly to the right a little bit in order to keep my car straight. But yeah, a little bit of suspension damage, not too much. But I missed 2 front end wing plates on my front wing. As we see a smoking car there, he came out of the pits for sure. Don't know if his engine blew actually. But once again a stupid error, and this is going to compromise me once again for the entire race. Because you can see the flat spots on both tires, and I can tell you that my tire performance dropped by about 8% or something like that. I mean, you just slam on the brakes, you lock up, and this costs a lot of tire life, and that is exactly what happened there. So, well, it's going to compromise me for the race, doesn't it? I mean, well, I am right now in traffic too, getting pressured by Victor Ivanov, who looks quicker than me at the moment. It's not looking good. I've lost those 2 front wing end plates, and it does make a slight difference, not too much, but well, it is a difference, and it is definitely there. It's not like you lose a second every lap or something like that, definitely not. But yeah, it's a little bit different. As you see up front battling James Sadler and Mike Partington, and Mike Partington spins off the track there. Couldn't really see what happened there. They just went side by side through Ascari, as we get a point of view from James Sadler right now. By the way, I think GhostSpeed is just driving in the wrong cars, because I was in Yorick's car. We see James Sadler up front driving in Christoph's car. So I don't know if they just didn't got updated or something like that, or whether this is a glitch. I am not sure, but anyway, it doesn't matter that much. I think DRS now on James Sadler. And climb the place. So what place must this be? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th probably. It's probably 6th position right now. And into lap 8. So what I was thinking right now is, well, what am I going to do with my strategy? We see Rens Klopp there in front. Am I going to pit earlier? Yes, I'm gonna have to with this set of tires. I mean, my front left was quite worn at this moment already. So I adjusted my pit window to about lap 12 or something like that. See if we can make that. But first of all, I need to clear my teammate James Sadler up front. And obviously, it doesn't matter whether I'm faster. James is not going to allow me, let me pass. And he has the right to, well, not let me pass. As we see a huge gap behind me. There's been a crash behind me in second chicane on this lap. So that releases the pressure from behind a little bit. And well, I didn't expect James Sadler to move out of the way. Of course, it's in your mind. I mean, you see him as a teammate. I'm gonna be honest here. You see him as a teammate. You think, well, he might pull away, but no, he doesn't let me pass. So then it's clear. Your objective is clear. You're gonna have to battle for it, which is fair enough. I mean, he doesn't have to pull alongside and let me past. It's all racing. If I was in this situation, I wouldn't have let myself past either. So lap 9 right now. Braking quite early for this first chicane. I don't really know yet when James is going to brake. That is also something you need to play and adjust your driving style to the person who is driving in front of you. Just getting a feel for James's braking points and then see where his weakness might be and try to attack him then. Of course, there are 2 DRS zones here, but the downforce is already so low that when you open up the DRS, there is not a lot of drag already. So when you open up the DRS, of course the drag gets a little bit less, but the drag was already not a lot. So it's not a huge effective, it's not very effective. And well, it makes it hard to pass for sure. As we see James now having quite a poor chicane there. So this is going to give me an opportunity maybe if I can get this last nose right. So taking a late apex, turning in right now on the throttle. There we go, a little bit of oversteer. I'm pushing right now. I feel like this might be a chance. So this exit is crucial as I did have quite a good exit. Very close behind James, picking up the slipstream, opening up the DRS right now as well. James will go defensive. So that means I'm going to have to go around the outside of Oscari and I'm too far back at the moment, I would say. Here we come. Around the outside, I'm going to try it. James leaves room on the outside. Yes, he just about leaves enough room. But he still gets the place, though. I mean, he still keeps that place. Still in front of me. Having a look at the replay here. I had to do something because I was held up by him. And I definitely felt that. And trying to go around the outside. I mean, I had to do something once again. I must thank James Sadler for leaving me room there. Because some drivers will just push you off the track probably and leave no space. So, good stuff from James Sadler. Thank you for leaving room. But, well, that was my chance, wasn't it? He made a mistake. Unfortunately, I couldn't capitalize on it. So we're going to enter lap 11 right now. Out of 32 laps. Still behind him. Again, opening up the DRS. I'm once again quite close, hitting 350 kilometers an hour. But no, once again, still too far back. I'm not going to dive bomb. Not because it's my teammate. If it was my rival, I wouldn't have dive bombed there either. I mean, that's something you just cannot do. And behind, you can see Sander Callas just closing the gap as well quite a bit. Remember that huge gap I had? Well, because James and me are battling, we are losing so much ground as well to the leaders. We have lost so much ground to Rens Klopp and, well, Cuba, Christoph and Adrian as well. They are still driving there as well. And now we skip to the end of lap 12. I think I made a mistake in this lap. As you can see me a little bit further away from James Sadler. And James spits. So this is going to be crucial. As I now have clean air in front of me. And now I have to push. But the thing is, the undercut on this track is quite a lot with the new tires. So I'm going to have to well, show my full potential, I guess. And push very hard. You can see that they went a little bit deep, but I just don't have the traction there. You could hear the wheel spin out of the exit, and we see Adrian here who just went through the second chicane. Rens Klopp pitted, by the way, and look at that distance. I am down on him right now. Unbelievable as I have a lock up into this chicane. Gonna have to go straight on. Yeah, wasn't able to make that corner straight on. Obviously my first time of the race, so it's not a problem. As I go down to second gear for this last mile, otherwise I just wouldn't have made it. I think my tire life was about 20% at this rate, which is not a lot at all. Having a lot of understeer through the right handers because the front left is so worn. And also with that lockup I just went straight on. Luckily I only did it once in the race, so no penalties applied there, I hope at least. There is Rens Klopp who just pitted. And he's going for the undercut on his opponents, that's for sure. So what I'm going to do right now, I think I'm going to have to pit. James just pitted, I'm going to pit and see where we end up. This hasn't really been a good lap for from myself, so wouldn't expect me if I end up once again behind James. And once again, second gear through the parabolica, unbelievable. The understeer, so here we go, entering the pit, activating the pit limiter, and there we are. We see a whole train of cars entering the pit. Sander Callas in the pits, I think that's Mikko Swokas in the pits, is it? No, that's Alessio Campos. A lot of guys in the pits. So I switched to the soft tires. It's a one stop here, as I said before. But where is James Sadler? You can see the front wing end plate missing right now as well. I'm going to exit the pits right now. Let's see where James Sadler is. There he comes, and he is indeed in front. He still is in front indeed, and that well, that's a disappointment of course for me. But I'm gonna have to battle, and now it is the time where I have to shine really. Also, they were on the live stream, on the broadcast. It looked like I crossed the white line, the pit exit line. It was super duper close, but I don't think I actually crossed the pit exit line. Look at this. I don't think I actually crossed it, but it indeed was super close. Anyway, lap 15 right now. Still behind James Sadler, 7th position. I think still got a couple of guys in front of me have to pit. Not entirely sure on that, but I do expect so. Once again pushing, you can see that I just braked late, but it's not going the way I want it. And maybe it's part of the front end plates missing, maybe it's part because maybe it's part of the damage. But yeah, the car just wasn't stable enough for me, especially under braking sometimes. Once again, you can see just going deep into that chicane, losing more time and ground to James Sadler up front. So yeah, once at this rate, you just say to yourself, well, mind reset. You just got a fresh set of tires. Everything is pretty much equal again, except for the part that I have damage. But at least I have some good tires right now. And actually, I should have better tires than James Sadler up front, because I pitted 1 lap later. So you might be wondering why I did not change my front wing on the pits. Well, imagine if I did replace my front wing, I would have probably came out behind this train of cars, which were into the pits behind me as well. So I didn't really want that, and I wasn't entirely sure whether the time it would take to actually repair the front wing. So yeah, I didn't take a risk there. I mean, it's not like I have huge understeer or something like that. It's a little bit unstable, but that's really it. Entering lap 16 right now. Once again behind James Sadler. I'm getting a little bit close now to see a back marker actually in the pits. And actually, the brake marker boards are gone for turn 1. So where do you brake? I brake just early enough, and James Sadler goes off. James goes off, loses his front wing. Yes, he indeed loses his front wing. Very, very unfortunate for James Sadler. And now I'm in 5th position. But someone took out the brake marker boards for turn 1. And there we see James Sadler, who just went straight on, didn't know where to brake. And it is all instinctive from that point onwards. And James Sadler was not the only one who went off there. Look at this. This is Rens Klopp. This is Adrian Falcon. Both going straight on after those brake marker boards are gone. Of course, it's super difficult to then judge where you have to brake, as those brake marker boards are really a marker for you. So from now on, lap 16 onwards, we're only through half of the race. The brake markers are gone. So it becomes all instinctive right now where you're going to brake. Luckily, I didn't mess up there. And luckily took the corner the right way and didn't hit well, it looks like James Sadler hit a wall, and I think that is a glitch actually over there, but it made him lose his front wing, which is very unfortunate for him indeed. I see some more oversteer there on the second last mile. It is such a tricky corner there on the exit. Once again, I've told it before, there's like a hole on the apex, and once you go over it, it just unsettles the car so much. But now up to 5th position, and the question is, can I now close the gap to the guys in front of me? Well, visually, I just cannot see the guys in front of me. That is how big the gap is to them. I think Rens Klopp undercutted Adrian. I am not entirely sure. And actually, Christoph Schauer had a penalty for going straight on because of those brake marker boards. I think Christoph had just a problem. I'm not entirely sure on this, but I think he disconnected. This is the gap, by the way. This is Rens. This is Adrian. I think Christoph Schauer disconnected, and that moved me up a position too. And look at this. There is me. That's a huge gap. Well, I'm not trying to blame James, of course, because it is all my own fault thanks to that spin. But yeah, I definitely got held up and I just couldn't find a way past. But fair enough, it's racing. That is racing. And it's the way it is. And well, obviously, as we see Christoph Schauer there up front, I think he had a drive-through. And that is why we see him not very far up front of me. I think you can visually see him slowing down for the chicane. He's not the car up front, but it's the car in front of that car, because the car in front of me, I think it's a back marker. So yeah, once again, it was a damage limitation race for me, and once again, it's just such a stupid mistake, isn't it? I mean, being realistic, I have made these mistakes too much. It is my rookie season, of course, but still, I don't know. There indeed is the back marker, so we will overtake him, and I think he. Whoa! Look at that. That is quite optimistic. That's also a way of getting out of someone's way. Wow. Anyway, got past him, and now it is Christoph Schauer up front, but the gap is indeed too much. And actually he disconnected, so we can see myself right now in P3. But wait, P3 wasn't Cuba as well in the top 3, and Rens and Adrian? Well, yes, it's true, but Cuba pitted. Cuba went for a 2-stop and is right now on the super soft tire. Here we see him, and he was absolutely flying, doing 24.5s, while I was doing like 26.5. So 2 seconds a lap quicker on those super soft tires. They are fresh, they are new, and well, you are sitting duck, you know that at this stage. I mean, I was like, when I saw that I was P3, I was like, wait, what is going on? And then I saw Cuba behind me, so I was like, did he make a mistake? But then I saw him closing me down every lap, so then I realized as well, he must have pitted, and well, I'm not gonna, well, probably not going to defend it from Cuba 8 laps long. I will try my best, of course. I'm not going to let someone pass. I'm gonna race for it. I'm a racer. But yeah, it does put you in a disadvantage, of course. I mean, it does put you in a not so great situation. And look at the traction he has and the grip. He's already so close behind me. He has DRS right now too. He's still too far back. Beautiful camera shot there. I love that camera shot. And yes, he's indeed too far back. But look at this. Through Ascari, he is in the dirty air. But yet, look at that, he just closes up on me. So much grip. I will try to defend this for sure. I definitely will try it. And here we go, defending the inside for the Parabolica. I don't see him making a move before a Parabolica, which he indeed doesn't. But now it's all about traction. And once again, he has the fresh set of tires, so he will have the better traction too. A bit of oversteer as well for me. So yeah, that is key. That is the moment where Cuba had a better exit, has the DRS. He's not really quick, look at that, once he goes alongside me, but now he has the DRS advantage, and there he goes down my inside. I will try to brake late, maybe keep it around the outside as the next corner is on the inside. Can I do it? Try to go around the outside, but no. Nope, just couldn't do it there, not having the grip. Went a little bit too deep into there as well, deeper than I would have liked. I just tried to go around the outside, but yeah, as I said, I didn't want to give up easily, but yeah, this is this says enough really. He just flew by and then created a huge gap to me. And well, lap 32 out of 32 right now. So this is the final lap. Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. I'm not gonna lie, my pace wasn't great. My pace was actually quite a way off, and I'm not sure whether that is down to the damage. I don't want to throw up excuses, but you would think that there's a little bit of damage, and that causes the lap time to drop, as I had a bit of oversteer as well at the exit of the chicane. But in general, not such a great race for me. We see because Soga's here in 5th position. He's a very long way behind me too, so I should be able to finish in 4th position. And boy, it should have been higher. Once again, it should have been higher. And I had to say this too many times during this season. It still is my rookie season, but I really hate the fact that I keep making these mistakes, and I wonder when I really learn from it. As we see the Angry Birds helmet from Yorick. I apologize, Yorick, for using the helmet, but I can not really do anything about it. So yeah, apologies for that. Anyway, one more time through Ascari, keep it clean of course, and then taking home a 4th position. But once again, when am I going to learn, and when am I going to stop making these mistakes? I am not sure. We will see. Through the Parabolica and picking up 4th position then. Not really happy with that, not gonna lie. Of course you're not happy with it because you feel like there was more in the back. But anyway, there we go. Finished 4th position, and there's a back marker. Just, well, having fun, I guess. So taking home a 4th position, but what about the top 3? Well, you can already see it coming, can't you? I mean, Rens Klopp, 1st position, championship. Rens Klopp indeed took home the victory after being set on the 7th place, I think, after lap 1. Amazing race. Once again, he is so great. He's in a class of his own. I mean, let's be realistic. Cuba finished 2nd, overtook Adrian Falcon in the end, and Adrian wasn't the happiest guy on earth because he got held up by a back marker. A back marker actually challenged him like he wasn't a back marker. Very weird, but well, that's the way it is, and of course not very professional, but it's the way it is. So Adrian picking up a third position, first podium of his season, I think. But yeah, of course we should congratulate Rens Klopp. Rens, gefeliciteerd. Rens, congratulations in Dutch, for the people who didn't understand that. But yeah, what a season it has been for Rens Klopp. Here we go, finishing 1.8, 1.6, cannot really see, the quality is pretty poor for my preview screen. But anyway, he finished in front of Cuba, having an awesome race, even though he did an extra pit stop. And here's the championship standing so far. Rens Klopp leading and took the championship already with 391 points. Congratulations once again, amazing season, a class of his own, unbeatable at the moment. Let's be honest about that. Then I finish in 6th, or I still am in 6th position, I should say. But I don't really want to finish in the top 5, because once you're in the top 5, you have to advance to Ace for next season. I want to do another season in Pro, to be honest, and then make the jump to Ace or World Championship, depending on what kind of season I'm going to run next season. But of course, I'm not going to back off. I still need to race, pick up points, and if I do end up in the top 5, then cool, I will go in Ace. I mean, that's not a problem. As long as I can race, I'm happy. That's pretty much it, really. So once again, not a great race for me. Once again, just this crashing keeps compromising my race so much, and I cannot really show all my abilities. That's what I feel like. But you only have yourself to blame. So you know, putting up a whole story is just stupid. Once you're only having yourself to blame, it is that simple. And I need to improve, of course, and especially I think there are just 3 rounds to go in the Formula SimRacing Championship right now. Those 3 races will be crucial for me. If I don't start to make big steps right now, it will probably never come. So, well, it will ever come, but maybe a little bit too late. You know, I have a reputation, and I need to keep it up, for sure. So once again, I'm gonna have to make big steps now and be realistic. Be honest, it's just a fact. It's just the case. So I know I'm pretty harsh on myself. That's usually what a lot of people say too, but I feel like it's just needed for myself too to improve. But anyway, enough talking really. That's been long enough. Next time should be either Belgium or Suzuka. I honestly, or maybe it's Magny-Cours. Now it was supposed to be Belgium, but there are actually a few glitches with the Belgian track. We will see where we end up. It doesn't matter. In every track you have to push as much as you can, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, once again, a big congratulations to Rens for taking home the championship. We will see him next year at Ace or WC World Championship. Not entirely sure on that, but yeah, once again, congratulations. I've said it a lot of times, but he really does deserve it. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope to do a better race next time for sure. I'm gonna have to focus more on the races and less on qualifying, and do more race stints. It's just the truth. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate a like, and that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.